Okay. This is one of my actual favorite games, to be honest. Dead by Daylight is, it's a big game where, if you like horror films or horror movies and any of that, like Michael Myers and all them, this is a game where it's human players all the way through. It's all PvP, player versus player, so there's no actual NPCs in it, non-player controlled characters, so it's actually all human players playing it. And you can either choose to go in with Survivor and pick a survivor through all of the survivors that are here, which that's mine, it's DLC outfit. And you can choose out of all these characters, which have their own teachables, so if you pick somebody and you click over on the button, you'll see the teachables that they have. These perks are for only this character until you level him up enough, like this one right here, how it says unlocking this perk makes it available in the Blood Web, all levels. This one at the bottom says that at level 35 plus or in the Shrine of Secrets it unlocks. When you get him to level 35, you get it in the Blood Web. When you get it in the Blood Web, you can actually unlock it, and unlocking it in the Blood Web is kind of like your level up progress. This. So when you go into this Blood Web, you use the blood points up here at the top for your currency, and you unlock all of them. They've got a certain amount you have to use them for, but you unlock them, and then you get to that certain level, and then it comes up as an orange diamond, kind of like that. And then when you unlock it, it unlocks the teachable. Unlocking the teachable allows you to get it with every survivor, so it's on them permanently until you can unlock it, and then it'll unlock it for all the other survivors. But before they can get it, you have to get it through the Blood Web. And every survivor and every killer also have Prestige 3 level 50, so level 50 is the max. Once you prestige them, they go back to level 1. They lose everything they've had through the whole leveling up thing, but they get better things throughout the Blood Web. The one I use is David King, because of the fact that David King, for one, he's a brawler, and for two, I actually have everything with him for teachables. Actually, I don't know if I have all of the survivor teachables at level 3. Level 3 is the max you get them at. You find them in the Blood Web and you just level them up, and I'm only missing like 2 or 3 perks with him actually. Besides that, he's got every single survivor teachable other than those. So he's maxed out completely with me. Like, all I'd be doing in the Blood Web is getting those 3 perks, and besides that, I just go through the Blood Web to unlock things. And that's with all of them. They don't have a special idea for these guys yet, survivors. So you use one person. It doesn't matter who you use. As long as you've got all the teachables unlocked, that's all that matters. So once they actually unlock and bring abilities out for all the survivors, then I'll be unlocking the rest of them and trying to max them out. But besides that, switching to killer, the killers that you use in this have their own special abilities. They look always look cool. It's just the killers, that's just how they are. Like the trapper, he uses bear traps, and anybody stepping in a bear trap gets snapped, and then it'll notify me when they get snapped, so I'll just run over to them. Same thing when survivors are working on generators. If they pop it trying to work on it, because you get skill checks, and if you fail a skill check, it'll pop. The killer will see it, the killer runs to it, you know, blah blah blah. If you're not there, you're not there, and you could try to hide from him, but if you stay there and working on it, most likely he'll find you. The Wraith, he goes invisible, and he starts also invisible. He's kind of like an assassin kind of thing. His weapon's bloody because it's Prestige 1, so I've got his weapon bloodied up. So his invisibility is pretty interesting, actually. The Hillbilly, he's got a chainsaw. When you rev the chainsaw and you max the chainsaw thing out, he actually takes off at full speed with the chainsaw, and whoever he hits with the chainsaw is downed in one hit. As you're running around healthy, you get hit once, you're in injured state and you can still run. But if you get hit again, you're in dying state and you're on your stomach and you're crawling around on the ground. At that point, the killer can pick you up and put you on a meat hook. And I'll show you because I've got to go in as the killer anyway. Then there's the nurse. She can blink, so it's more of a teleportation thing, but it's really difficult to master. Of course, Leatherface. If you know about Leatherface, you know who he is. He's got the chainsaw too, but his chainsaw is more insane. He's got a temper with that thing, so he'll swing it back and forth, and he can hit multiple people with it. When the hillbilly hits somebody with it, he immediately just hits that one person, but he hits multiples. It's insane. Of course, everybody knows Michael Myers. He's technically invisible too, but he's physically there. You can see him, but like his terror radius is really small until he goes into tier 2 or 3 of his Evil Within, and then he's pretty insane. The Doctor, which is one of my favorites, I've got DLC stuff on him. He makes everybody go insane, and they scream quite a bit, so when he runs around in treatment mode, they'll get this electricity underneath them, and eventually their characters will start screaming, and it'll literally show me where they are. So I'll run over to the area. Most of the time they're gone by then, but I use a set with him that actually makes the terror radius grow even wider, so it's harder for them to get out of it. The Hag. The Hag's always pretty. The Hag lays traps that pop and freaking scare the crap out of everybody. Most of the time when you don't pay attention to the traps or whatever, but the only way to get past them is to crawl over them, or to crouch over them. Crouch walk. The Huntress. She's pretty fun. Freddy Krueger. He's awesome. The Pig. From the Saw movies, which is awesome. She uses reverse bear traps as well. So if somebody gets knocked down, put a reverse bear trap on them. If there's a reverse bear trap on somebody already and somebody finishes a generator, it pops the timer and it starts the timer on it. If you're in her arms, if you're down on the ground in dying state, or if you're being chased, or if you're even on the hook, it won't progress the timer. But you have to get it off before it snaps and kills you. Freddy Krueger's in the dream state. It's really all I can say. He's legitimately invisible to anybody except for the song, like the whole Freddy's lullaby thing from the movie. Yeah, that's actually his terror radius. So as he's invisible, you can hear that when he's around you, but you won't see him until he puts you in dream state, which is insane. Huntress throws hatchets. She's one of the ones that are actually pretty overpowered if you use her right. The Clown, he's a drunk dude, which I have to use in the next match anyway, so you'll see him. And this, which is my all-time favorite now. Yeah. She's one of my all-time favorites, legitimately. She's freaky and she's awesome. She's got this whole invisible thing where she can go invisible. You can't. Literally, she's completely invisible. There's almost no sign that she's around you when she's invisible. Takes time to charge the power, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. But I gotta go in as the Clown. I have to hit 4 intoxicated survivors. And there's an event going on. I have to get 30 killer nectars, killer nectar vials to unlock a killer. And that would... Okay, let me show you the outfits. Okay, there's this thing going on right now, and that's right there, actually, the new content for the Hallowed Blight. Those outfits right here are amazing. The Hallowed Blight is these plants that have this, like, killer nectar in it. The nectar is actually very toxic, but apparently with this nectar, the killers, 5 killers have actually been chosen and stabbed with a syringe, and this nectar is flowing through their veins, and it changed the outlook of the killer themselves. And this is the trapper. He's going from this to that. And that is how he looks. And then there's the doctor, which is pretty insane. He goes from that with 3 eyes and that stuff dripping from his mouth and his arms and everything. And his guts are hanging out, not to mention. His guts like move apparently. But that's the doctor. It like mutates him. Then there's the hillbilly. And then, other than the hillbilly, there is one of my all-time favorites, the Wraith. This is amazing. That's legitimately one of my favorites. He's so freaky. And then the Huntress. And the Huntress is actually really cool and freaky too. Come on, load up. Come on. Let's try that again. There we go. And then, yeah, those are the 5 outfits. I love those outfits so much. Of course, the killer. I have to hit 4 intoxicated survivors. Oh. Overcharge, pop goes the weasel. Brutal strength, okay, brutal strength, pop goes the weasel, and overcharge are all perks that work against the generator. So as the killer, I'm supposed to keep the survivors from working on 5 generators and getting 5 generators done so that I can kill them before they get out of the match. Well, barbecue and chili allows me to hook 1 person, and then from a distance, 52 meters, as long as they're not 52 meters from that hook, anything outside that range, I can see them for 4 seconds. So I'll be able to run out and go for them and try to find them, because their bodies will show up red, you'll see it. But the pop goes the weasel is when I hook somebody for 30 seconds, it's activated, and whenever I kick a generator in that 30 seconds, 25% of the progression drops immediately. So it's not just the 25%, like if somebody works on a generator halfway up, it's not 25% of that halfway, it's 25% of the entire bar. So if somebody's like worked on it halfway up, immediately the progression that they've already made is half gone. So it drops literally 25% of the entire bar, and not just the progression that the generators had. That helps a lot. Brutal strength lets me kick the generators 15% faster, and then overcharge causes it to have a considerably difficult skill check when somebody tries to work on it again, and when they pop it, it immediately gets another 4% generator regression if they fail it, and it causes quite a bit of an issue with the clown. I love the actually gonna throw in a Bloody Party Streamer because the event that's actually going on is just as well. Start this up. Hopefully I can actually find a decent lobby faster. I got 1 vial and I gotta get 30 vials. This whole event is like 8 days long. Right now it was longer than that, but there's a bug going on that's keeping me from starting another match immediately after I'm done with the first match, so it causes a bit of an issue. So the only thing I can really do is wait until they fix it. Come on, start up. And those are the event things. The Blight Party Streamer. The Pestilla Petals are actually the events. You go into a match, if none of the Pestilla Petals are put up from the offerings that you get in Blood Webs, then you get a default 2 hooks and a default 2 flowers that you're supposed to extract serum from. The nectar from those flowers is limited. It's not actually unlimited with the flowers, so you have to fill up the 1 syringe that you get, or the vial, but it takes a little bit sometimes actually. 1 vial fills up at 38%, 35% of the vial, so it's 1 flower fills up 35%. If you work on it alone, or if you work on it with more than 1 person, it's faster when you work on it with more people, but you get the same exact amount of nectar out of it that you do if you were working on it alone, so that's always awesome. You don't lose anything out of it. But as well as that, I have to hook people on the hooks that actually have the flowers on them to get my vial filled up. And I have to hook them 6 times to get those vials completely full. So I think right now I've got 4 more people to hook or 3 more people to hook to be able to fill up a vial. Either that or I'm already like 2 away, I don't remember. And this is the clown. Gotta reload them. Look with the flower on it. It does. I love this game so much. Oh, the other ones are clear across the map. I can't make it over there. I'll struggle out to fight it over there. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, one of the plants are inside the building. That works. And there's somebody over here. There should be one over here. He was over here somewhere. I don't know where he went. But...
What does the string counter do?
Wait, what? Oh. Say that one more time.
The pink bombs, what do they do?
Oh, those are actually bottles with alcohol in them, and the alcohol bottles actually intoxicate the survivors when they hit it. It's like for like 2 seconds, I think. They were trying to body block me. Trying to keep me from moving.
Do you have unlimited of them? Oh wait, I see.
Yeah. There's like 4 of them at first, and then you have to reload them every time you use too many of them. Reloading always takes a bit, but it's worth it. Unless the other 2 have unbreakable, they're not getting off the floor or the ground. And now that there's 1 person left and at least 2 generators are done, there's a hatch that opens up. And that hatch is the only way that she's going to be able to get out if she can find it.
Girl be asking my man too many questions.
No, you're good. They tried to body block me, so most of the time when they try to body block me, I'll be a douchebag in the match. But because of the fact that they decided to body block me in the wall and try to keep me from being able to move, I decided to be a douchebag and knock them all down. Normally, I mean, it's not bannable. You could play just like that. I mean, you know what I mean? The devs don't mind it, and apparently they don't punish it. But I don't like playing like that because it is a cheap douche move. But, I mean, usually when I get body blocked like that, I will play like that. Give me just a second. Okay. Alright. And I got decent blood points too. Went from 2,000 to 76,000, which is actually quite a bit. And I got another vial? No, I didn't. Go to upgrade. Hopefully I can actually do something. Maybe they fixed it. I don't know if they did or not. Maybe they did. Apparently they did. I'm okay with this. It means I can actually play the game like regular.
Laughing.
Okay. But yeah, Bonito, those bombs, they actually have,
Girl, I'm probably across the country, don't trip. I got a man in real life. Sorry, dude.
No, you're good. I like being asked questions when I'm actually playing the game.
LOL, you go, girl. But yeah, I mean, no, you're good, Bonita. No, there's, the bombs that are with him, or not really bombs, but they're like, yeah, they're the bottles of alcohol. When it hits people for like, I think it's 1.5 to 2 seconds, it actually causes, vision to blur, so as you're playing the survivor, your whole screen will blur, and it's really hard to see things sometimes. And it slows you down a pretty decent amount too, so when you get hit with it, most of the time the clown can catch up and hit you just before you actually get out of reach of him. If he's a really good player, you know. Other than that, it slows you down, causes you to cough, and if you hit him from a distance, it'll actually make a noise, so it'll actually cause them to cough, and they'll actually cough, and like it'll make a noise and notify you that they're there if they're a distance away from you. So it's pretty crazy. And I still didn't get the clown stuff done. I gotta go back in with him. Son of a crack monkey. Don't want to do that. Kind of wanted to go in with a different killer. Yeah, I'll end up showing you guys.
That's dope. I was gonna get this game, but it's kinda complicated to me.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, when you're playing it, it's a lot easier, to be honest. I mean, me and like 3 or 4 other friends actually play the game. So most of the time we actually have a group together that'll actually play it. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. It seems when I first got into it, it seemed pretty difficult too. There's like a lot of add-ons, but the add-ons only boost the power, the main power of the killer, so it boosts up the main power and the stuff that they do with their main power. But other than that, you know, it's got extra thing. I'm actually gonna start with that. Wait. Blindness status effect for 30 seconds. Two extra bottles of Astro Peace tonic. So I
Seems like it's a good game. Waiting on Christmas for it, LOL.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is a good game. There's many killers in the game. They're still bringing them out. The next killer is supposed to be coming out in December. We don't know or have any idea what it might be. So we don't know what it is.
It's like a better version of Friday the 1/3. I have that game.
Friday the 13th. Yep. Yeah, it is definitely a better version. And by the way, we also have Friday the 13th.
Yes.
It's me and me and like 4 or 5 others. We have Friday the 13th as well. We're trying to find a group of people that'll actually go into a private match with us, because when we do into private matches, we still get experience for it, but we can play with everybody that isn't cheap, you know, that wouldn't play like a douche and all that. We can just go in with friends and have fun with it in the private match. But yeah, this is just like Friday the 13th, except for there's many killers and not just one. You know, it kind of gets old when there's just one Jason. No, you know, no pun towards it, because it's still a fun game, but being that there's different killers, there's different powers, there's always different add-ons, there's different perks, things like that constantly is always something better. And the events that they bring out for it are pretty interesting as well, actually. Like this one, I've got to get 30 vials to be able to get this. Tomorrow I'm actually going to have one of the outfits for the killers. I'm going to have the Wraith outfit, the Wraith or the Huntress. Actually, Wraith, Huntress, or Doctor is one of the 3 that I really like. Because I have the Doctor maxed out at level 50, Prestige 3. So the Doctor looks pretty awesome, but I don't have to worry about prestiging him anymore. He's got pretty much everything. I just got to get him all the perks now for the killers. And then I will officially have a maxed out killer with all the perks. I mean, the pig that I have is already level 50, Prestige 3 as well. Ow. starts with 1 extra bottle of Atropine tonic. I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna run in there with that. I don't know, there's a mangled status effect. Moderately increases movement speed. Exhausted status effect. Wait. Intoxicated survivor suffers from the exhausted status effect. For 30 seconds, I like that. I'm gonna throw that back up. Barbecue and chili. I gotta make sure to kick the generators this game. I have to kick the generators. I mean, they didn't get all the generators done last game, but I do have to kick the generators. Alright, let's do this. I gotta get 2 more intoxicated survivors. I was supposed to be having a buddy come over tonight, but I don't know if he's coming. I've got a VR, a PlayStation VR, so I've got virtual reality as well. I'm waiting for one more person. But I have virtual reality games, and they're mostly horror games, so they're always creepy games. I love creepy games. Like this one's a horror survival, kind of. It's an asymmetrical horror survival game. And asymmetrical, if you don't, I didn't know at first what it meant either, but asymmetrical is pretty much just means uneven teams, like one big boss and like many players playing against one big boss. It's asymmetrical.
I didn't know either till now, lol.
Yeah. Asymmetrical, yeah, it means an uneven team. It means there's always 1 versus 4 or 1 versus 2 or something like that. But this is an asymmetrical horror survival, so it's kind of like 1 killer, 4 survivors. You just make it out before the killer kills you. I'm gonna back out because that's actually getting boring, waiting for a 4th survivor. The only bad thing in this is if the killer backs out, it kicks all the survivors too, so the survivors have to go back into another lobby. And there was a bug that made it to where every time I finished a round, this one right here, switch to survivor, the store, and the create a lobby was unable to be played with. So as soon as I tried to create a lobby, it would tell me failed to join a lobby. So it would actually bug on me and screw me up, so I wouldn't be able to go into another match. So I would actually exit out of the game and go into a different game. But this event has been up for more than, or actually almost a week now, and I only got like a couple days into it now because of the fact that it just started recently working. Oi. Okay, let's do this. Come on, dude. Ready up. I don't want to wait forever. After this one, I'm actually going to be running in as the Spirit, which is actually my favorite killer, and probably is going to be your guys' favorite killer too. She is freaking creepy and cool. Especially her kill. Oh yeah. This is the best part about this game. Every single killer has their own special, unique kill. They hook people, yes, and people die on the hook if they don't get off the hook or somebody doesn't save them and things like that, but they've also got their single, unique hand kill. Like their kills. There he is, he's here. Their single kills, like when it comes to the Spirit, her kill, she'll come up behind somebody and she's got
I don't
sword.
get what you mean.
Let's say like Michael Myers is running around. Michael Myers starts to hook people, the people die on the hook. Let's say you have an add-on, which is the Ivory Memento Mori. As long as the survivor's been hooked once, you can kill them by hand if they go down again. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
Disaster.
It is a disaster.
Until Nathan's been here.
Yeah, definitely. Nathan was up here like throwing all sorts of places over there. Not to mention the new door.
Oh, I understand.
But yeah, Michael Myers, let's say Michael Myers hooks people, kills them on the hook, and then all of a sudden he gets the chance to kill them by himself. Like, it's Slim crack. Those things sound disgusting. Gotcha. Where'd you go? No, she wouldn't let me have it.
What? Why?
I don't know.
How many does she have? Just one, two?
Yeah, just one.
Jesus.
Yeah, if I'd have been able to borrow it.
I'm gonna beg her and beg her now. I will too.
I know you will. The game's awesome.
Someone's gonna say maybe.
Yeah, the event's going on. I don't have the bug anymore.
Really?
I got done with that last match and it was out. It actually allowed me to go right back up. I don't remember.
I guess you never remember when you passed out.
Yeah.
I was playing last night. You were zonking.
Yeah, I was actually.
Z. Oh, I was leaving.
I did wake up for quite a while though too after that, surprisingly.
Because I was sitting there talking, and then I just felt like I was talking to myself because I didn't even laugh or like be like, what the fuck are you laughing? Like, I was like, pull it off of here.
There he is, there he is, there he is. Yeah, I actually woke up for a while after I like woke up, like actually opened my eyes. I've almost got another full vial. By the way, tomorrow I'm getting a skin, $10. Yep, I'm buying one. Hey, buddy. Crazy part is he just touched that last bottle that I threw. At the last second, it disappeared. I went over there and he actually screamed. I can't get him to those orange hooks though. I'm not gonna be able to get him to them. I'm trying it. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Oh god! I don't see anybody. What the frick? It just exploded. I threw a bottle and it exploded in my hand. What? It exploded in my hand.
No.
Oh, hi! Come here, Chicky. Gotcha. Please tell me I'm next to another.
May I ask your age? Emoji happy tears.
28?
Lies. Did not work. Dun. Nope, didn't work. Dun. Dun. I have no idea who asked me, but I think somebody doesn't believe I'm actually 20 years old. You sound young.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm actually 28. I've actually got 2 kids.
The way you talk.
Uh-oh. Somebody finished it. Oh, that's gonna suck. Somebody left him. Wait, what happened?
She's not humping your TV's bleed.
Oh,
That's so messed up.
the freaking scene. Did you tell her about it already?
Yeah. I told her if you're tripping my ass or something, you did to be a
Freaking weird, man.
Like,
No,
it's not even
like,
scary. It's just it's scary weird. I guess.
yeah. Yeah. See.
Like that
It's all
big
lit
dude
up
that
now.
crawls out of the beginning, a big fire guy. He's through the whole game chasing you.
Yeah.
Don't let him catch you. But all the messages didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like creepy, weird messages.
I don't think anything in that freaking thing makes sense.
No.
After what happened in that game, I have a feeling shouldn't have happened.
Dude. That's good. I like Gleek. Do you know when you like your tongue and then it goes?
You shoot out water.
Yeah, that's what just happened. That was a lot.
You ever chewed on your tongue and it happened?
Yeah, dude. I know people that can just do that out of nowhere. It's like, how do you do that?
What?
They'll just. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh yeah, by the way, say hi. You guys are on the live stream.
Hello.
Like half the crap that you were saying.
What's up? How you doing?
Dude, I'm like sitting here for a second. You said half the stuff that you said, and I wanted to laugh so hard. I was like, dude, you're on live stream. Everybody hears you. It was hilarious. So, yeah, that's funny. Because if they get the wrong one, 40 seconds, they're exposed. This one, whoever pulls anybody off the hook 32 meters away from me for 60 seconds, they get the exposed status effect. And then Hex Devour Hope, when it has 3 tokens, everybody gets the exposed status effect. It's like straight up just a perk set with exposed. So I can knock people down one hit when they're healed.
Huh.
Yeah.
Dude,
So-
this in VR would be all these games in VR would be so freaking awesome.
Yeah, no. It's a little robot running around. That's like Mario.
I love that one.
It's like
It
3D
was so
Mario.
peaceful. Shooting the blocks coming out from under the bed. That was weird. Because with the headset on, they look huge, but then you're sitting here watching it, it looks stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you touching my tiki?
I thought it said something.
I'm hearing like tiki. I'm paying attention to this, trying to figure out what I want. I swear I'm hearing like tiki, like Easter Island tiki.
Tiki?
Like tiki. Some like not at the museum stuff. She is so freaking beautiful. She's just emotional. I feel for her though. She's just emotional. Oh, by the way, her dad did that to her. For any of you that did not know.
I don't like how much there's people that watch this live stream.
Ow.
What? I wouldn't say they're watching us. They can hear us. Yeah, they can hear us.
Can they hear us or see us?
They hear us.
What?
She's like, can they see us or hear us? Hear us.
Hear us. The government can see us. I'm just being honest.
Right.
That camera right there.
So they were making fun of me last night for 2 hours. Longer. But
That scares me.
yeah.
LOL.
You know, you get a fucking message on your phone.
7 days.
I can see it. They're
You guys
everywhere.
are funny.
What, did you hear me fucking last night? Jeremy freaking?
There's no privacy anymore.
Right? Can't get my dick wet.
That's like a joke and not a joke at the same time.
Right. Did you see my wiener? That was really loud.
Oh no.
What?
I don't know, but that's everything got quiet when I said that.
You heard that too?
Yeah.
Man, I thought I said, oh my god.
I think
That's
that's
the
right.
government.
I thought I heard oh moo.
It's the government.
Haha.
Anybody who actually comments, I can hear it. They'll actually speak it to me, so I don't have to look at the thing. That way I can have the screen bigger and I can actually play with it like a
What's
big.
so funny?
It's me talking.
You're creeping me
That's
out.
fucking scary. It's the fucking government. I swear to God. The feds. Hide your kids, hide your weed.
It's a freaking Interpol.
Oh my god.
Can
I
we
saw
get
that
it?
bitch coming at me. I
Benita.
myself.
Dude, I swear to God, she put her hand in the light socket.
Oh, that's
and made her
fucked up.
retarded.
That's creepy.
You've never seen her? What?
I've seen her
Check this
naked.
out.
I've seen her naked.
Oh, that's creepy.
You know that black
Nobody
chick,
can
you hear me
see her
laugh?
right now.
I was rubbing my face in her face. I looked in through her body. I could see that her inner vagina.
What the fuck is your issue?
What?
Last night, remember I looked in that black chick? I'm like, oh, I can see her inner vagina.
Hey, buddy. Oh, I hit the freaking truck.
No.
Let me get a sip.
I don't get nothing out of this.
Let me get a sip.
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he
I
go?
feel like I got punched in the ribs. You know, you ask for an awful lot.
Let me get a drink.
I'd pimp you to hoe.
What?
You make me my money, nigga. Making my money isn't taking my shit. Yo, what up, hoe?
You hear the noises it makes? Lucas.
What?
What is that?
Sounds like a hungry vagina.
That's that plant. It's
Sounds like a
freaking.
beast chewing on bones.
Sounds like a boomer. It makes me beast chewing on a bone.
That's funny, you're 2'8" with 2 kids and a girl is insecure over a girl online. That's way too young for you, lol.
What?
What the fuck?
2 kids. Are they making fun of you?
I don't know.
Something about 2 kids and you're into a chick online? What? I'm so lost.
Slightly.
You can fondle my nuts. I was live streaming your wife last night.
Oh god. Oh, there somebody is.
God, why did I say that? Why do I say half the shit I do?
There's a person. Lily grabbed her by her asshole. Or like just her hand was like in her.
Well, you hear moaning and groaning?
It's a flower hooker. Ooh, I know where he is.
Is that bitch your bone?
There he is.
And that bitch come crying home? Dick suck, lick my stack. Leave that hoe alone.
Mutant baby.
Sorry, that was me. Marcelo, fuck you.
You did good there. You did good. D-strike. You're not de-striking me now. Oh, there's one, I guess. One more token, I'll be knocking people down in one hit. As long as I can get somebody. Like that. It's a one-hitter, bud. scare her. Two people are hooked, one person's running around. Oh, they took off. Just left him on the hook. I need to see.
Sound that makes your dick smacks your forehead. That was funny. Hello. It's me. What?
No, I get that. Who is that?
Hello, it's me talking. We get it. Bone eater? Are they still on there? Are they still on there? Are they still on there?
I don't even know.
Well, it's still being broadcast.
One.
That's coming up from a mouth that bones. What the fuck is bone eater? A bone eater.
To be honest with you,
Sounds like she needs to get laid. Well, her name is Bone Eater, so I mean.
no, read that. Tell me what it seems like.
You talking about that one other one?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Because that was out of nowhere.
It was.
Is that all the comments?
No, there's a lot more, but mainly just questions about the game. And then this came up. Because Bonita was the one asking me questions.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
But apparently, from what I've been seeing, Bonita doesn't like Amber. So, I think she's trying to start things.
She just wants somebody to bone in. Is that too much to ask?
Freaking A. Why is that not
Motherfucker! Whoops. Sorry, I'm not doing that.
okay, that's funny. They fixed the glitch, the bug, and now my vial's not giving me the vial. I filled the vial with the freaking nectar and now it's not giving it to me. So they fixed the bug that didn't allow me to finish another match, but now it won't give me the freaking vials, so now there's another bug. So no matter what I do anymore, like hooking them on the flowers or whatever, it's not gonna give me a vial. I'm stuck at one vial until they fix that now.
Wow.
Yeah. It's funny. Cause I just went through like 3 matches and I was hooking them on those hooks the whole time. I never got a vial out of it. That's gay. I'll be back, guys.